so many farriers just can't be bothered trimming them. Balancing the hoof is again the important thing, and it should be done on a regular basis. The tiny hoofs still have the balance point at 19mm behind the active tip of the frog, and trimming the Shetland is exactly the same as trimming the hoof on any horse. The happy spot is of course very low, and this can be managed in various ways, either by kneeling down or crouching down if the hoof is too low to hold between the legs. Another option for the owner is to build a ramp about 18 inches high with a rail at Shetland chest height. In other words, lift the horse up. Shetland's hooves are often neglected, and this causes immense pain and discomfort to the animal. The following film was recorded several years ago. This Shetland was badly neglected through no fault of the owners, who had called many farriers out over many months as the hoof grew longer and longer, and not one farrier had correctly addressed the problems.
She's been x-rayed and all the bone structure and everything is okay.
Yeah, now that's very important, that statement on its own. These legs have been x-rayed, and they found that there's no rotation of the pedal bone. The pedal bone hasn't actually dropped down. So I can assume then that this is basically just a lack of trimming, correct trimming. We'll have a look here too. Now we're going to be limited here to a certain extent by how long she can stand on that other leg there. And then I'm going to have to come back to this one, and then go back to that one and keep on doing it. But see, already now I've brought the buttress of the heel back to there from there. This is where it was. Right? And I brought it right back to, I brought it from there, right back to here. Now I should be able to stand on that one a little bit longer for me to do this one. Holy smoke, will you have a look at this? Will you just have a look at that? We thought that one was bad. And you can see someone here has been along, and I can see the cut marks. He's actually cut this piece of hoof off. And when you look at the real frog down under here, it's just disappearing. It's not working.
No.
Nature's saying, well, if you don't need me, I'll just disappear. It's actually, there's the buttress that she's trying to walk on. It's actually forward of the 19mm. Once again, I'm working down here because this is her happy spot. And that's just the beginning of it. Now we can get really stuck into it and do it properly. Who would ever believe we'd ever get that frog down on the ground? I've now gone to the
further.
limit of the sole. You can see these little
Yeah.
bits of redness coming through here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go any further than that. The sole is still nice and thick, but because she's been walking on so much sole
Yeah.
through here, it's actually bruising and coming through there. And what disturbs me greatly is this discoloration of the lamina here, distortion of the lamina, which looks to me like laminitis. Found it. It's also because of the fact that her hoof has been so stretched that is mainly stress bruising. She's comfortable already. She's happy. Even though back here her tendons are now stretching because I've lowered her heel that much. So that tendon there, if you do this, if you push on your hand and just do it, feel the pain back in there. I know that's what she's feeling right now. So you can see now that we haven't quite got her hoof past an angle right, but we will. Next trimming, we'll get more of that sole out, we'll get more of that toe off, and she will have a perfect hoof past an angle. All right? Totally rehabilitated in 2 trimmings. These heels were up level with that 19mm mark, remember?
Yeah.
I showed it to you?
Yeah, sure.
We've now got a heel that's back here, we've got a frog that's going to start to work, and this hoof is going to start to rehabilitate itself. Now, have a look at the good one. Big difference in texture, isn't there? Just to find the point of the frog, I haven't found it yet. It's in here somewhere. You see, when you understand this philosophy of the balance measurement, it's so easy not to lose your way. If you defy any part of that assessment, balance and correction formula, you won't end up with the correct result. It'll look terrible. So you go back, grab your ruler and your pencil, and you measure it from the start. And you find it, oh, that's where I went wrong. So you correct it and you measure it from there, and it'll tell you, hey, you've still got the heels too high, or the toes too long, or you haven't taken out enough sole. And when you do that, the measurement comes back and it's perfect. And you can see the amount of sole built up in there. But having discovered where that frog is now, you can see where we have to go. You know, the frog needs to touch the ground to impact on the cushion and on the pedal bone and expand and contract the whole heel. And the whole thing here has just been absolutely just totally ignored. You know, the sole was 3/4 of an inch thick, the frog was disappeared. And look at the length of the hoof capsule we've got. It's causing huge stress in every direction. Look here, from your 19mm, which is about there, back to here and up to where I'm going to finish the toe, we've actually got an even balance. after this extreme trim, I had an email from the owner saying, "We learned so much, but best of all, there's the complete turnaround of Cuddles. She is running around with real joy. In fact, she's become extremely cheeky, and she's gone from actually being a horse that couldn't walk to a horse that couldn't be caught in a matter of 5 days.